Welcome into the field house, everybody. My name is Max Paulson alongside Jay Jacinto and Jet Nelson. Big baseball show today. Nothing but baseball. Pretty much the only thing going on right now. I mean, the World Cup is, but the U.S. is out of that. So, I
Did you
mean,
watch? Did you just watch the Argentina England game
So
though?
I actually did. It was on the TV at work.
Man,
Yeah,
that game was
crazy.
insane. And people
Yeah, I
Was
was
say
it?
surprised.
Ronaldo's better.
I was surprised Argentina came away with that. I mean, Harry Kane, kind of a letdown game, or did he have the one goal? I need to
No,
go back
No,
and
he
watch the
no.
highlights.
he didn't have the one goal. No.
It was Anthony Gordon on a cross. It was actually really entertaining. But yeah, it's the dog days of summer, so all we got to talk about is either baseball or the WNBA, which is actually good for a Dallas fan. I mean, the Wings are
But
killing it right
today
now.
we're talking about the baseball. We're
The
talking about the
baseball.
baseball. And the Allstar game, the Home Run Derby just happened, and my goodness, the Derby format much better than it
Oh yeah,
has been in past years. The
Yeah, I
swings
mean,
instead of the time is way better.
you would think that they would have done this a long time ago, but I'm glad they did it now. I mean, the Derby was so good, and then the All Star game, I watched 3 innings and I got bored, so I stopped watching. I'll just be
yeah. The All
brutally
Star game
honest.
became a bit of a blowout there for the American League, but I will say the highlight for me was that Miguel Vargas home. You had to wait till the
Yeah,
bottom of the eighth, but man, did he smack that ball to the second deck? That was insane for me.
yeah. I mean, talk about a breakout year for him as well. I mean, that whole White Sox team is breaking out right now. Very
Yeah,
impressive with them. I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do at the deadline because they're one of those teams that could buy, but they also can just wait and chill because they're a really young team with some great prospects. You know who's not a young team with not a great farm system? The Texas Rangers.
yeah. It's rough.
I mean, we
We
say this, we're in first place. Like it's such an awkward
I just
position
mean
right now.
I just mean the farm system.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's too.
I mean, we're going to talk about trades here coming up, but like, what do you give up?
It's either a core part of your lineup and rotation or one of the 20 draft picks you just received. There's not
Yeah.
really another piece that you can just find deep in the system.
Are they just going to do exactly what they just did and
Trade
trade
the
away
first
the
rounder.
first pick for someone like they did with Mackenzie Gore?
I think it's
I don't
actually a
know.
perfect time. Like since we're coming around to the trade deadline, how would y'all grade that trade right now? Trading away Gavin Fiend to the Nationals, of course, our first round pick of last year, to get Mackenzie Gore, who's been probably the most inconsistent pitcher on this staff. He's either been great or absolutely terrible. I mean, I'll start with you, Jet. How do you think that? How would you grade that trade so far?
I think it's still a C, just because of Gore's inconsistency. There's this whole second half of the season. I'll give him that. He does lead the Rangers in games appearances with 20 or so. So he is that guy. He's healthy. He's in the games. We just got to see that control get a little better. There's a few pitches he needs to work on here and there, but at least he's there. He is producing. It's just at his level, which doesn't really meet our expectations.
Yeah, I would have to agree that it's a C. Um, he's had his moments where he's been good for us, and it's only a C because I mean the prospects that you've given up haven't really done much either, developmental wise, so far. And so it's just kind of like
Mhm.
we traded some guys that aren't doing anything and got a guy that can sometimes do something. Um, that's kind of how it is. But he has definitely shown the flashes. He's shown the potential that he has. Um, but then it's like he's either completely on or just cannot get out of an inning to save his life. It's either he's going 6 innings, give up a run or two, or even a shutout with like 10 strikeouts, or he's not making it out of the fourth and he has 6 earned runs.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty fair way to say, but the Rangers have actually been really good this last 2 weeks of play before the All Star break. They had
Mm-hmm.
that 6 or 7 game. It was a 7 or a 6 game win streak. They swept Toronto, won that series against Cleveland, and it's like, oh, maybe we're actually kind of in a push for the playoff mode, maybe a bye mode. Then you lose a series to Detroit, beat the Angels, beat the Astros. It's just like this season has been the definition of inconsistent. And I think I was probably all out after we got swept by the Twins at home. Whenever that happened, I was probably just all out. But how would y'all say the first half went overall? I mean, we're first in the AL West, but it's a very shaky AL West
Yeah,
this year.
you're lucky you're in the division you're in. If you were in the NL West, your season's over pretty much. Um, you your game was it a game above 500 or is it two now?
Two,
It's
two.
two games above 500, I think. You're playing better baseball though. The offense especially. The pitching on both the rotation and the bullpen has been worse. So we've kind of seen like a switch as the season like this. I think it's since like June 4th we've seen like a flip flop to
Mhm.
where the offense is one of the better ones in baseball while pitching's in like the bottom third. Um, which honestly I prefer over. We have a top pitching staff and the offense can't score more than a run or two a game because you can overcome bad pitching performances, and we've seen it a couple times in these wins that they've had over this stretch where they've been down early, down 3 or 4 runs, and they end up coming back to win. Um, it's a lot easier to do that, I think, than rely on your pitching staff to not give up more than 2 runs a game forever, or else you're going to lose. So I think it's a good sign to see the offense is hitting. Guys are getting on base. Guys are scoring when they get on base. We're seeing more hits with runners in scoring position. I think it's a good sign for things to come.
Yeah, and in terms of looking at the whole first half of the season, the team treaded around 500. You know, it dipped below, it got above sometimes, but in terms of an 162 game season, when you're sitting at that 500 line, you at least have that chance to jump up. You know, we're
Mm-hmm.
lucky to be in the AL West, like you said, but the Rangers always will have that puncher's chance to, maybe even be the division leader going into the playoffs. And we saw what the Rangers did when they were just a wild card team in 2023. So that's kind of how I look at the season. But the way the team's playing right now, Max, you put it perfectly. We're seeing more walk-off wins. I think that's huge. That's the showing of a team that can fight till there's 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. That they're making those things happen. So yeah, pitching will develop. Guys will get healthier. We're still waiting on Cody Bradford's a name that's about to come back. Jordan
Mhm.
Montgomery. So I think there's pieces that we'll be able to plug into the pitching staff, if not from another MLB team. We'll do that later in the show. And then, so yeah, everything's still kind of on the up. It could be. We'll knock on wood, but
Yeah,
yeah, everything is right within reach still. So
man.
that's all I can say.
I mean, talking about walk-offs, I went to that game that Wyatt hit that double off the wall to walk it off on his bobblehead night. Me and the fiance were right there in left field. We were actually on TV for that. I went back and watched it, or
sick.
like the Instagram thing. I paused it and I was like, "Hey, that's us." Can't tell it, but yeah, it was. I mean, it was electric. The stadium was electric doing that.
I
You know,
also sorry.
this tarps off stuff. I mean,
Mm.
it's fun, but it gets to a point, man. When you're at this game, I mean, it's like every time they were like in between breaks or something, like the stuff you don't see on TV. Like it's cool when you're on TV, but like I mean, these guys are like booing children, like booing babies, like these babies at the game, and people come up and they're like boo,
Yeah,
and then they'll show like a shirtless kid like swinging his shirt around. They're like, yeah, or like a conventionally attractive woman, and they'll like go, yeah. But then they'll show like some other women, and they're like, boo. And I'm like, guys, this is kind of ridiculous.
yeah, that part is where it starts getting a little toxic. I think
Yeah.
you just cheer for whoever does it. I don't think it's
Yeah.
that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But you do talk about Wyatt. I think we need to give him some more praise because I feel like this whole last stretch that we've really gotten going is a lot because of him.
Absolutely.
Take a look at his June numbers. He had 7 home runs in the month of June, a 317 average, and an 1,000 OPS. Yes, he kind of cooled off for July, but that June month to get this team back into potential contending mode to win the AL West, I think is maybe not solely on his shoulders, but a huge part of it is because of him.
Yeah, he's finally looking like the player that you drafted. We'd seen him like he was in around 240 his first couple seasons, but I mean now if he can produce at the level that he's been producing over this last stretch, I mean that's all you need from a guy like Wyatt Langford. I mean, and he will put the team on his back and carry him as far as his legs will take him. Which
Or
you
his
know, with that
oblique.
hamstring
Yep.
and stuff, I don't know. But yeah, Wyatt's been turning it up lately for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I like
mean,
how you put it. Like the reason we drafted him was to be that guy in the top 1 through 3 part of the order, and batter or opposing defenses are just scared of him. You know, we needed that guy. I mean, Jake Berger can do that at times. There's other hitters up and down. Even guys like Alejandro Osuna can just have that feeling late in the game to hit big, but he needs to do that throughout the game. And so we're finally see that come around, and I think that really inspires a lot of optimism and a lot of like, hey, we can turn this around mentality throughout the dugout.
and now that we're officially halfway through at least the first half, who would y'all say is your MVP of the first half for the Texas Rangers?
Jacob Latz.
That's a really solid choice.
It's got to be Jacob Latz. I mean, I've said it time and time again on this podcast that he is your most valuable pitcher. Like, he can go out and give you the 6 innings, but you need him to be the closer, and he can go out and do that. He leads the league in multi-inning saves. I mean, this guy is routinely going out there for more than an inning to get a save, because sometimes you can't trust the other arms in the bullpen, especially lately with some injuries to Junis and Bleeks and everything. Beeks.
Yeah.
But Latz has just answered the call time and time and time and time again. I mean, the guy is insane. I mean, he was named to the Allstar game for a reason. Like, he wasn't voted in; he was named. He was named in, and he got one batter, and he struck him out, made him look stupid.
Yep. It was Luis Ariz of all people too.
Yeah, that's our closer right there. So yeah, I mean, he has won you an abundance of these games, because if you put another guy out there, chances are that he blows a lot more of these saves than Jacob Latz would.
I mean, my MVP for the first half. Oh, the GOAT.
He's back. So do you think, is it your internet or is it your laptop?
I mean, my internet's showing me 5 bars here. I don't know. Everything seems to be. Is it cutting out right now? Oh, jeez.
It sure was.
It was, yeah.
Oh man.
Do you think this could be the
Is it
location of where you're at?
You're definitely lagging quite a bit.
I'm in my 1-bedroom apartment. Oh boy.
It's so funny hearing like his response to stuff 5 seconds after.
Man,
Well,
I don't know how to get
if
any
you want,
closer.
we can
I'm looking at my router. Should I try my phone?
to be
I have Riverside on my phone.
Yeah, you could try.
I mean,
and we can see how the audio
let's try
sounds.
that. I know that's not going to lose connection. So, here, let me try that.
Imagine.
Try that. All right, where were we? You were talking about Jacob deGrom.
Yeah, first half MVP.
But
Jet.
first, if you're listening to this, Jet has had to switch to his phone because his laptop's incapable of running a Riverside meeting. All right, take it away, Jet.
So yeah, I was starting about how I didn't disagree with anything on Jacob Latz there, but I just feel like Jacob deGrom still deserves a good bit of credit for how he has lifted the rotation. He's still been we're still calling it deGrom Day when he goes out and pitches. He's still a threat. An ERA above 3, but I feel like there's plenty of time to work on it. He's on the field, on the mound, and he's contributing. And that's why we have Jacob deGrom. That's why we're paying him the millions that we are. And so, yeah, Jacob Latz, he's definitely that guy. He's transformed the bullpen. There's some pieces we'll get back as well in Bradford. But Jacob deGrom, I think he is my first part of the season MVP.
Yeah, those are 2 great choices. I think I'm going to go on the offensive side and go with Zeke Duran. I mean, as much as we saw him in 2023, last year and the year before that were such down years, he's really stepped it up again this year, and he actually leads the team in WAR with a 2.3 WAR. Plays multiple positions. He's been reliable on offense. He's been a consistent offensive contributor all throughout the year. And honestly, I think without him, this offense would be in a much worse state than it was throughout most of the season. I know Josh Young kind of pulled everybody through a lot of the season. I know Nicky Lopez and Elias Diaz have also been good contributors, but personally, I think Zeke Duran is my first half MVP. But I'm very interested to see how this second half is going to go because right out of the break, we head on the road to Atlanta to play against the White Sox, the Mariners, and the Rays. Those are four teams that are three are in first, one is in second with the Mariners. That's going to be a scary, scary start to the second half.
And watch, the Rangers will win 2 out of 3 of every single one of those series, and then they'll get swept by some team
By
that
the
has a
Astros.
losing record.
The Angels.
Yeah, the Angels will come back to town. They'll get swept by them. I'm not worried about it at all. This team has played up to their competition's level all year long. They've played up and down to their competition's level. Like when a good team comes into town, they're right there with them. When a bad team comes into town, they're also right there with them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. When was the last time like a team had these sort of like win-loss splits? Like
It feels like every year with the Rangers.
well, I mean,
The most
Rangers-
big team of all time.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like like they can't beat the bad teams, but they can beat the good teams like nobody's business. I don't know. It's interesting, but yeah, I'm excited for this second half. I think it's gonna be good. I'm just hoping that Nicky Lopez and Elias Diaz can continue to hit and contribute at a high level.
What about you, Jet? What are your thoughts on the second half?
Yeah, on the second half, I feel like you start out. I think let me go back. The win over the Astros on Sunday, that was pivotal. I think you're going into this 4-day break, and to come up with, I believe, a walk-off win, if not a come-from-behind win, there on Sunday against your rival, a team fighting to get to the top of the AL West, I think that gave them some much-needed momentum. So yeah, like you said, we're going to be facing some tough teams, Braves on the road, White Sox at home, but I think our offense can handle them. I want to see our pitching staff rise to the occasion. We can't see a bad game from Mackenzie Gore in those series. We're going to need to see, I think Jacob Montgomery needs one rehab start before replacing Leiter's role. Even if we trust Cal Quantrill, we need to see every start come through for the Rangers if they want to do well through those series.
Now, what do you mean you don't trust Cal Quantrill, Jay?
Are you a Cal Quantrill fan all of a sudden? Like, are we going to believe this?
Bro, what do you mean? Dude, he has absolutely filled in and been a dog for the Rangers these last 4 starts.
I mean, I don't think he'll go 6 innings, but
he went 6 innings, 1 run against the Astros.
Yeah.
And their offense is their good part.
This is a dude that hasn't had an ERA below 5 since 2024 with the Rockies, and that was a 4.98. He hasn't had an ERA below 4 since 2022.
And this is the guy that right now has an ERA at 3.11.
Are we really?
And has been an absolute dog. He's been an absolute dog in his last 3 starts. He has filled in and been an absolute dog.
I don't know. I'm not buying it. I don't care.
You don't gotta buy nothing.
If you look at it, okay, you look at his last 4 starts. They were against the Astros, a team that was on the downside. The Tigers, one of the worst offenses in the league.
Their offense is good.
The Blue Jays, another bad team, and then Miami, another bad team.
Miami has been on a heater.
Come on,
Miami's been on a heater. They were on a heater at that point.
I did not know that you were some Cal Quantrill guy. When did this happen?
I'm not some Cal Quantrill guy.
I just appreciate what he's done recently.
You have to acknowledge what he's done for the team lately.
Has he earned a starting position role?
I wouldn't say he's earned a starter, but he's not gonna be a starter when the guys from injury come back. He's just a filling guy like Jacob Latz always was. But when you put him back in the bullpen, he's gonna be great. And if he does end up becoming a starter, then great.
I don't know. I just don't buy it. I think it's going to be 4 games that makes every Rangers fan be like, man, Cal Quantrill, remember him? I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen with him. He's going to be great for a handful of games and then just go. But I think it's time. I think we touched enough on the Rangers, but it's still technically the Rangers. I have 10 names for you guys. Or do we actually want to touch on the All-Star stuff? Do we want to touch on that?
I thought the Home Run Derby was great. I loved it. Jordan Walker, insane performance there. I thought Kyle Schwarber had it in the absolute bag. After he hit 11 home runs and 15 swings, I mean, I thought it was wraps for Jordan Walker. And then especially when he needed 6 home runs and had like 2 swings left or whatever, I was like, that's insane. He went on an absolute heater there at the end. I mean, and to do it while an entire Philadelphia home crowd is booing you
That made
every
it
single
so
swing
good.
and cheering for every single home run you don't make. I mean, come on. Talk about, and they got out of there so quickly. Like giving them the trophy and everything, they like showed the crowd. And there's no one in the stands, bro. They were all gone. All those Philly fans were gone. And it was awesome.
Couldn't have happened to a better crowd, honestly.
Absolutely.
I was so happy that they got their butts hurt, but
The
I
city
was
of
also
Philadelphia sucks.
I was a little upset. I had some money on Schwarber, so I kind of feel like I was responsible for
I
that
don't
happening.
care. That's your
But
fault.
yeah, Jordan Walker, congrats to him. I mean, made $1 million, doubled slash 1.25x his salary for this year. Pretty crazy. I think that's really cool. Probably was a pretty good motivational factor for him. But I mean, what a year that guy's having! Absolute breakout season.
For sure. Yeah, and then like I love the MLB like All-Star stuff. I think MLB does it like way better than NBA, NFL. And then it's like the NHL's there, like the Four Nations thing, like that's always cool.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So
like
good.
it's definitely like MLB and NHL at the top, and then you have like a massive gap between them and then MLB, NFL and NBA. Wow, words are hard. It's been a long day, but yeah, love baseball, love the All-Star game. But yeah, that's all I gotta say on it.
And the American League getting another win. I think they've won 8 out of the last 10.
Yeah.
So I mean,
The American
considering
League
how much
dominates
better
the
the
All-Star
NL,
game.
yeah, considering how much the NL is better than the AL this year in terms of just wins, pretty surprising. I don't know if that means anything past the All-Star game, but
And I think it shows that the NL is just not as competitive as the American League. The American League is way more balanced, more competitive, and it shows right there in the All-Star game.
I mean, yeah, I think you could definitely say that because you have teams like the Braves that are always, right now at least, leading the NL East. The Cubs and the Brewers typically dominate the Central, at least in the last 10 years. And then, of course, the Dodgers out west. I think that's very fair to say. And then the AL is just a slaughterhouse. But now we can actually get to our little fun segment that we have. I have 10 names for you guys. These are all rumored to potentially be traded, and the Rangers are on that list. So you can keep 3 of these players, / those are the 3 players that you want to trade for, and then 7 players that you're going to have to pass on.
But we're not going to know what's next.
You're not going to know who's the next person. Okay. Starting off first, we have a catcher for the Twins, Ryan Jeffers.
No.
yeah, it just seems like our catcher position is pretty cleared up. You got Higashioka, Elias Diaz. I mean, what does he exactly bring to the table? Is it more defensive or offense?
Definitely an offensive catcher first.
Yeah, and so I don't think so. You have much bigger needs than catcher.
I think that's fair. I mean, I could see the Rangers trading for him, especially with how much of a bust the Danny Jansen signing has been. But I do think that the emergence of Elias Diaz kind of takes our name at least off the list, unless a freak injury happens within these next couple of weeks. Next, I have a starting pitcher from the New York Mets, Freddie Peralta.
In no world would the Rangers get Freddie Peralta, but
according to Jeff Passan, there's a 90% chance that Peralta is going to get traded at the deadline, and the Rangers are one of the teams in the mix.
Yeah, the Rangers are one of the teams in the mix, but they're like 5% of that 90%. I just don't think that the Rangers have what it takes to trade for Peralta. But I guess that's not what we're working on. I guess we're doing more like, what do we trade for that player?
No,
I'd have to say that I think I would, just because you add that number 2 or 3 guy to your
He's just
rotation,
not been
depending.
that good though.
Not
He's had a very
not as
down
when you
year.
think Freddie Peralta. Maybe that's just because of the Mets in general.
It could be.
I think I would trade for him, but Max is right. We can't really afford him. I think the Mets would ask for a solid chunk.
Yeah, if I'm trading for him with how he's performed this year, they're getting like 3 mid prospects, like 3 of our lower end
that
prospects.
might be what they get because he is in that last year of his contract.
And honestly, maybe give that up. Maybe a fresh start is like what he needs. But like, I'm not giving up any quality, like the little quality the Rangers have for a guy with a almost 5 ERA.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty clear pass. I don't think that he would bring anything good to our team, especially since we're a team of white people now. We don't bring in people from across the pond.
Hello, Elias Diaz.
Yeah, he's the only one. All right. Next player.
Ezekiel Duran.
Next player, we got Luis Ariz.
Is Nicky Lopez a white?
He is.
He looks like he's
white.
mixed.
Is he
Mixed
a
or
white?
something?
He looks like he's got something in him.
Maybe. I mean, his last name is Lopez. to be
Yeah,
fair.
so there we go. We got
But
Duran,
his first name
Lopez,
is
and
Nicky.
Diaz. Yeah, I know plenty of Hispanic people named Nicky.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that'd be 0 for me.
We have
I know
Luis
one.
Ariz, utility /DH/ wherever you want to put him from the Giants.
No, he wants to be second.
He does
And he
want
does-
to be second.
That's what he said. He wants to be second, and so he doesn't have a place on this team. So,
Because of
you got Duran, Nicky Lopez, Justin Foscue. There's no room for Luis Arias here.
Yeah, I think that fits. I mean, it's going to be tough to put him somewhere because even at DH, I mean, we have so many better options. So, yeah, I just think he would cost a bit for what he's doing too, a low strikeout percentage. Yeah, so is that 4 cuts already? But I guess we got 10
just
names.
three. Just
3, okay.
There's gonna be better names.
I think this one's actually pretty realistic, and I think it fits the team pretty good. It would just be what they're asking for. Taylor Ward, corner outfielder / outfielder for the Orioles.
Let me look up his stats now because that's a name I haven't heard in a minute.
He's
Yeah.
he's been pretty solid for the Orioles. I know their team has been bad, but it hasn't been his fault. I think he's been a reliable player for them, been one of their better offensive players. It's nothing crazy. He's hitting 250 with a 750 OPS. But I think he's been playing in Baltimore, which has really become a pitcher's park, especially with how left field is nowadays. You bring him to Texas, I think he's got a great chance to potentially double the amount of homers he had in the first half.
But our ballpark is also a hitter's park.
Yeah, but it's not as bad of a hitter's park, or it's not as bad as a pitcher's park as the Orioles.
I guess I could kind of see a straight up trade Evan Carter for Taylor Ward. Maybe some other.
I think
really
that
small
would. I
pieces.
think you are on a great track there, Jet, because Evan Carter needs a reset. The Orioles are a young team. I think Taylor Ward comes over, won't live up to the defensive potential, but his offense has been much, much better than Evan Carter. I think that's a perfect 1-for-1 trade.
Man, I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's going to be other guys on this list that I might want to take, but this would be already 4 skips.
Yeah, we're kind of getting there already.
Jet went with him, so I'm going to pass on Taylor Ward.
Okay, fair enough. I get it, but I think that's maybe the most realistic name.
I think
that the
so
Rangers
far that's
could
the most
get.
realistic one for sure.
Yeah. Coming in 5th, this one probably the most unrealistic, but I would love to see it happen. Byron Buxton.
Give him to me. Give him to me. Yeah, absolutely. If you could get Byron Buxton on this team, bye-bye Evan.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, what would you give up for Byron Buxton? I think is the real question. I think Evan Carter would have to be in that.
Evan Carter. I'll give you Josh Smith. I'll give you someone we just drafted.
Would you give up the first-round pick, Gio Rojas, the left-handed
Yep.
pitcher? And then I think you would probably have to give up another prospect, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Byron Buxton's a dog.
Especially because Byron Buxton still has 2 to 3 more years on his contract where he's making, I think, $30 million. I think this is a player that you would go all in for.
Yeah,
Because
you add speed to center field. You had a bat that's always consistent enough. I mean, yeah, hard to decline.
so I think that's a pretty unanimous keep from all three of us, or trade for, whatever you want to say. Coming in at sixth, I don't think the team's going to trade him, but there's like a 15% chance, according to Jeff Passan, CJ Abrams. I think he would plug that shortstop gap pretty damn good.
Yeah, he would. This is number 6 of 10.
This is number 6, so you still
I have
have
2
4 more
left.
players.
4 players left and only 2 keeps. Is CJ Abrams worthy enough of one of my keeps? Is he Byron Buxton level?
I just don't see the room in the middle infield. I doubt we're getting rid of Seager. You want to keep a spot for Ezekiel Duran over there, so you'd have to give up one of those 2 names just to make this room on the field.
Yeah, it's gonna be controversial.
Yeah.
I'm passing on CJ Abrams.
I do agree with that. He's been good for this season, but I think he's just so inconsistent, and I think they would ask for too much. So it's a pass for me as well. My only 2, I have 2 keeps. I have 2 trades. I went with Ward and Buxton because I think Ward is just a good fit. Coming in at 7th, or at least 7th on the list, participated in the Home Run Derby. He went first. He plays first base for the Red Sox, Wilson Contreras.
Dude, that's a good one. It's a very good one.
Talk about performances of the Home Run Derby. That first round that he had, oh my god.
I seriously, I will not lie, I'm a little tired sometimes watching Jake Berger go up with runners on base and have a really bad at bat. And I'm so tired of watching him try to catch a pop fly at first base. Oh my goodness, man.
But to be fair, the defense ain't going to get a whole lot better.
I know the defense isn't going to be a whole lot better, but it won't be Jake Berger over there. Gimme Contreras.
Yeah, I think I will say I'll take Contreras, but maybe if thinking of the trade, do you send Peterson there and move Berger to DH, or just Contreras for Berger to Boston?
It would probably have to be Berger and a couple, like 1 or 2 prospects, realistically.
Right.
But
because they need a plug-and-play first baseman.
Yeah, but they're also not exactly competing. I think the Red Sox are really looking for younger players or prospects. I could see us trading Josh Smith potentially in this, because I feel like Josh Smith is slowly losing where his role is in this team. And I could see him getting moved at the deadline to go get somebody who can fill in right away. And I think this would probably be a spot potentially to go play wherever the Red Sox need him. But this is probably going to be a pass for me. Coming in at 8th, a player that I think is one of the most underrated players in all of baseball, third baseman for the Giants, Matt Chapman.
Nah. I'm good.
See what I mean?
Yeah, we have
y'all
Josh
are
Young.
way too quick with that, though.
Matt Chapman's old.
He's not that old.
I mean, but enough to produce better than Josh Young.
Now, I think that's probably the biggest talking point, because we do have Josh Young.
Yeah,
and
he's
Chapman,
30. He's 33, and he's worse than Josh Young.
Yeah, I know, but it's just the potential upside of him coming back from whatever he's dealing with. I don't know. I've always been a Chapman guy, so I feel
You
like
think
I'm just
he's
biased.
underrated? His OPS is 692.
Don't care. Underrated.
Yeah, that's just stupid. That's stupid. That's dumb.
All right, we got 2 more names, guys. 2 more, and they're all right. They're whatever. This one is the definition of who cares, but probably going to get traded. Corner outfielder / outfielder in the NL West for the Colorado Rockies, Mickey Moniak. You want to talk about underrated players? Mickey Moniak has slowly been making a name.
Mickey Moniak is one of the players on the Colorado Rockies.
Look at his numbers. Look at his numbers.
Yeah,
He has
I
been
know.
Trying to
killing
pull
it
him up
this year.
here.
He's got a
He's
278
been very
average,
good.
15
You know what?
home runs, and a 900 OPS.
You know what? You have the outfield now with my trades of Mickey Moniak, Byron Buxton, and Brandon Nimmo, and then you got Alejandro Osuna there to back him up, and then
Corner outfielder.
I mean,
Wyatt Langford.
Wyatt Langford as well. Like, you just put one of those guys at DH, and then you get rid of someone else. I mean, come on.
Probably
That's
Berger.
the best outfield in baseball, easily. So
Mhm.
give me Moniak.
Yeah, I think I like it as well. Just a guy that's gonna bat around 300, maybe a little under, but
Look at this
Yeah,
guy.
you're
This
looking
guy doesn't
at-
have any own opinions.
yeah, it's hard to disagree with it.
Just kidding.
I do like Mickey Moniak. I just have somewhat of a problem trading for players that play for the Rockies, especially offensive players, because of the Colorado tax. I feel like it's somewhat like misleading with their numbers.
Yeah, but his
sometimes.
OPS is still over 900.
Yeah,
It
mean,
is.
Come
It
on. Like,
definitely
even if you
is.
take some of those home runs away, it's like the guy's still hitting the ball.
12 of his 15 home runs have been at Coors. Does that persuade you at all?
he's not gonna be hitting him that much at Globe Life.
I don't care.
His OPS
Honestly-
on the road is 682.
I don't care.
Fair. Hey, I get it. I do love Mickey Moniak, and he is good defensively. Former number 1 overall pick. But lastly, the last player that you could have had, Max, you've already used all 3 of yours. Don't know where you're at, Jet.
I think I might have one because
So you have to
did
keep
I
this
keep
last
Ward?
one.
Yeah.
The last player, I actually really like him. This is going to be my third keep as well. Young Ho Lee, corner outfielder for the Giants. Really solid player. Left-handed bat, hits for average, absolute cannon in the outfield. He has a 302 average, gets on base a good majority of the time with a OBP this year of 333, a 762 OPS, only a handful of home runs, but he's going to play every day. And I mean, he's a really good hitter and a great defender. Perfect guy, I think,
Yeah,
to
you're
put in right field.
You're looking at a guy that produces both ways. I mean, maybe San Francisco is a reason he's struggling at all, but yeah, I think I can go with you there. Got
Yep.
to anyways, down to one keep. So
Yeah. So just to recap, Max, do you remember who your 3 keeps were?
Contreras, Buxton, and Moniak.
What about
I think.
you?
I think I had Contreras, Buxton, and Young Hoo Lee.
Okay. My 3 were Ward, Contreras, and Lee. Now I do want to just end, because we're about to wrap up. Who is one player that you actually want the Rangers to trade at the deadline? You want them to trade. I know y'all have at least one that you're like, why is this guy on the team? We need to get him off.
Oh well, Chris Martin's right there, I guess. But
yeah.
who's taking him?
Can someone take Robert Garcia off our hands too before he
Yeah.
comes back and ruins the season?
Yeah, that's another one.
I don't know. I wouldn't say there's really any like positional guys I'm really like wanting to get rid of.
Danny Jansen. He'd be my one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but like, I mean, he's just been hurt, and he's not. I mean, hopefully he doesn't get a big role when he comes back, because that'd be stupid. It'd be stupid for them to be like, "Hey, Elias Diaz is hitting like 260 and is being a really good catcher. Hey, Danny Jansen, you're back, and you were hitting 190 before you got hurt, and you're coming off an injury. You should be the everyday starter."
Yeah.
It better not happen that way.
That'd
I
be
guess if there's a
crazy.
couple of names where like I could just think of like maybe let's see what we get from. You got the 2 really young guys, Ben Peoples, the pitcher, or Cam Cauley, but I like what they've done as young guys as additions. But maybe you see what you get for a young guy who's shown that they can handle the majors. But I wouldn't want to get rid of either of those. I think specifically.
I
For
agree.
sure. Yeah. All right, and that's all I think we got for this one. It's been a really good one. Good to be back. Took a little hiatus there,
Little technology gap there.
Gonna be back to hopefully being on a more regular schedule once we figure out this
Work
stuff, with just
schedules.
new job, work schedules,
Yep.
things like that. But as always, this has been the Field House. Hope you enjoyed and have a great night, everybody.
Take it easy.